There's only one Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. Because this ad is 30 seconds, I can't get into everything I'm FDA approved to do, so I'm just going to play my jingle again. But first, ask your doctor about which FDA approved uses of me, the Ozempic pen, may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA approved Ozempic. Now here's that jingle again.
There's only one Ozempic.
This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest. It's time to achieve your financial ambitions. Earn more on your savings with a SoFi Bank high-yield savings account, ditch your high-interest credit card debt with a SoFi personal loan, or start investing on an easy-to-use platform with SoFi Invest. Wherever you are on your financial journey, SoFi's got you covered. Learn more at SoFi.com/SXM.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month, even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending, zero tears. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Hey, weirdos. I'm Alaina.
I'm Ash.
And this is Morbid.
It's morbid at night.
It's morbid at night. Morbid after dark.
Oh my god, I was gonna say that.
Oh my god. Well, here's the thing. Let me just jump right into what's gonna happen here.
Okay.
We've been doing some pretty intense cases lately.
Yeah.
Ones that, because every case is very sad. Obviously, there's no case that you're like, wow, that was a great one.
Murder,
all right.
Murder and sadness go hand in hand.
They tend to.
Usually.
But the last few cases we've done, I feel like people have been like, wow, like my soul has shattered and I don't know if I can go on. And we have felt also like Ash's the last one. I was like, didn't know this one was going to hurt me as much as it did. And oh my goodness,
and
it hurt me.
The thing that sucked about that was like, I was like, wow, we've been doing a lot of teenage girl cases
Right.
where the teens die. So I was like, let's focus on the men. And then
Yeah.
afterwards I was like, yeah, that was a really sad case.
Yeah, that one just took a piece of me. I saw a lot of responses that were like, it was a great episode. And that's why people were like, wow, I'm like really sad now.
I'm ripped up.
So I was like, okay, I can either like take you further into the depths, which I'm not going to lie. There was a big part of me that was like, I could really take this. And I have a case that I was like, who do I take them? And don't worry, I'm going to take you next week.
Do I know it?
I'm going to take you next week. I'm only giving you a tiny little reprieve. You do.
Oh.
But, and you'll find out, obviously. But,
I will?
But I decided to give us a little bit of a breather just for one episode.
Just for the
still
end of
fun,
the week.
still a lot of true crime.
Okay.
But also some paranormal.
Okay.
We got some big feet.
Big feet.
We got a little bit of UFO, little UFOs.
UFO.
We got some
You've been probed.
some disappearances, and we have a ghost town. Yes. What we have is the Bennington Triangle in Vermont.
Oh, we love a good triangle.
We love a triangle.
Everybody thinks it's just Bermuda.
Nope, not Bermuda, and we are in the Bridgewater Triangle currently.
At all times, pretty much.
So look at that, at all times. And then, so this one's in Vermont. It's the Bennington Triangle. And I chose this because, yeah, there's some murders. There's some gnarly murders in this. And there's some pretty scary disappearances. But anything that has big feet, UFOs, and some man-eating rocks, perhaps?
What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, I said it. I said
What?
man-eating rocks. Rocks that eat men.
Are they like big rocks?
I mean, I don't know. But I do know that, this has it. This has it involved. So
Do we get to that part first? Because I have many a question.
Well, here's the thing. We don't know a lot about the man-eating rocks, but we will get to them.
I love that you were like, we've got man-eating rocks.
We
and
do.
I was like, so are they big? And you were like, I don't know. And I was like, so like, do we get to them first? And you were like, well, I don't have much on them. Like the main thing that I'm like, what about that? You're like, well, shut up.
I'm like, it's a footnote, okay? Fuck off. But either way, this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun.
It only makes sense. It would only make sense on this show that a footnote would be man-eating rocks.
That it's like a cast aside story.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, there's some man-eating rocks.
Also.
Let's talk about this
Therefore,
first. also man-eating rocks. There's a few rocks involved in this whole situation, actually. So
I'm asthmatic.
I think we all need this. And again, don't worry. If you're thinking like, oh no, they've gone soft for an episode, no, because there's some murder.
Bitch,
so
there's
don't worry.
man-eating rocks. I don't know if we said it.
There's some murder, and there's some disappearances that are real, very real, and they freaked me out last night, I will say.
Oh, they freaked you out?
Yeah, they just freaked me out. It's spooky.
Oh, wait, really quick. Okay, so they freaked you out because I was like, I'm already going to be freaked out because after this, me and Alaina are having a little sister date tonight.
Oh, yes.
I'm like together as I like bang my microphone together indoors at her house, like not elsewhere.
We're going to watch that new movie, Little Things.
The Little Things.
With my favorite actor ever, Jared Leto.
Yeah.
No, not my favorite actor ever, but I love Jared Leto. And
You're
I'm
a
excited
Jared Leto stan.
I'm a Jared Leto head through and through. And he wore a prosthetic nose for this part. He didn't sleep to look like to look like me.
He
essentially
didn't sleep like many serial killers don't.
Yeah, and he just looks crazy in this. Like, I'm very excited to see him. I always love to see him like really overact. I love it. I'm excited. And then Denzel's in it, and he has the same birthday as me, so I feel connected to him.
You can never go wrong with Denzel.
No, I'm ready for it, and we'll let you know how it is in case nobody's seen it.
Cool.
Because remember, you all know critics don't appreciate these kind of movies, so don't listen to them.
Dumb.
All right, so let's jump into this, shall we?
Jump.
The Bennington Triangle. As soon as I saw the name Bennington Triangle, I immediately thought of Chester Bennington, R.I.P., used to be obsessed with him.
Alaina was deeply obsessed.
Like, deeply in love with Chester Bennington.
And so that meant, like, third grade me was really obsessed, and the other third graders did not understand.
I had notebooks that were covered in pictures.
I don't know who you're talking to, because I know.
Like, any of my friends from junior high will tell you it was a sickness.
There was also, like, posters all over your room.
Yeah, all over. I loved him. So, R.I.P. Chester Bennington. It really still hurts my heart. So.
I know. I always, I like, forget, and then you'll say it.
Yeah, that was
like,
the worst.
Oh.
That and, like, Bowie were the ones that, like, really hurt my heart. So, moving on to that. This triangle is basically surrounding the areas of Bennington, Somerset, and Woodford. And then there's Glastonbury right in the middle. Okay. This is all in Vermont. They're all mainly in like Bennington County area of Vermont. I'm not super familiar with Vermont. So
I'm glad you said that because
you're like, okay.
We're really close to Vermont. And like, I feel like my little sister actually lives in Vermont and I know nothing about Vermont.
I mean, I know like a few, I'm just not very familiar with like the geography of it. I know like Burlington.
Shut up. I was just going to say that. And then I was like,
I know Ted Bundy was born there. That's what I know.
That's my extensive knowledge of Vermont.
Yeah. So, and what's funny about this is these places have, especially like Somerset and Glastonbury, they have very low populations. And when I say low, I mean Somerset has a population of 2.
2 people.
2.
How many people do you need to make a town?
I don't think it has to do with people because when I looked at this, it's Glastonbury, and we're going to get into this, is still a town technically, and it only has like 6 people in it.
That's really creepy.
I don't know exactly what it takes to keep a town, but I do know that Glastonbury was taken over by the U.S. National Forest Service. Like, so it's like an unincorporated town that is now owned by the U.S. National Forest Service. So I think there's all kinds of weird little like
loopholes and
loophole-y things that you can do. So Glastonbury, we really got to talk about this. This is the center of everything. This is where this whole thing takes place. It's the really like just the lightning rod of all of this.
Okay.
Now it was chartered and granted by Governor Bennington Wentworth of New Hampshire. Bennington Wentworth. I feel like you have to say it like that.
Yeah, I think you do too.
It's in Bennington County, like I said.
Makes sense.
Yep, just going back to that. It's a ghost town now. It's called a ghost town now, but like I said, it's still technically a town.
Is this the one where the 2 people live, or is this where the 6
That's
people
Somerset. This is where we'll get into it.
Okay.
It was abandoned at the tail end of the 19th century. It's 27,000 acres. It was granted and chartered in 1761. That's when it like really became a town.
That's when it went on the map?
That's when it really just started, all of its bullshit. It was basically built on a fucking mountain.
Oh.
Which is like not a great place to put a town.
No.
And it's incredibly difficult to get to even today.
Do you literally just have to like climb the mountain to get there?
Literally, you have to climb a mountain to get there.
Fuck that.
Most of Glastonbury is in the Green Mountain State Forest. Like most of it is a forest.
This is the weirdest shit I've ever heard already.
It's also over 3,000 feet up into the mountains.
Why though?
Yeah, it has 12 mountain peaks within it.
Like why?
Yeah.
Why are you doing so much Glastonbury?
Now, in 1791, they did the first census of the town, and there were 6 families living there in 1791. By 1800, they had all left, and 8 new families had moved in. It eventually whittled down to 1 family, and it was basically uninhabitable, but they were like, basically Glastonbury was like, I am going to be a town, damn it. Live in me.
Okay.
And people were like, okay. And it wasn't really until after the Civil War that the towns around Glastonbury were suddenly like, oh, wait, Glastonbury has a lot of trees. Mm-hmm. We need wood to like survive. Like we need wood to heat our homes.
Yes.
We need wood to cook in our homes. We need wood to make our homes. Like we literally need wood. So, whoa, you guys have a lot of wood. That's a pretty big deal.
Wood is that bitch.
So now Glastonbury became like the belle of the ball because the logging boom is now like boom. So they were like, we can do this.
Okay. I love that you are making yourself just lol.
I think I'm so funny tonight. I don't know what it is.
I think you're funny.
Yeah, they had an entire forest worth of wood, so they were like, let's mine this shit. And they really leaned into this and ended up building 12 brick kilns to aid in processing this wood and making it into charcoal as well. So they were like all on this.
They were doing the trees.
Yeah, they really leaned into this. And this was done in what's known as Southern Glastonbury, which is kind of like
down the street.
Like, really, you need a Southern Glastonbury? I'm not really sure. There was also, so this little town had like a tiny 1-room schoolhouse.
Oh, that's cute.
A general store and a boarding home for like mill workers. Okay. And then it also had like the kilns.
Okay.
So it was a very tiny little setup. Now, in 1872, a railway trolley was built up the mountain to aid with this, which was like, the huge. Railroad's coming.
Huge.
What? Everyone was losing their shit.
It's a big deal.
Including me back then. I was like, the railroad is coming, guys.
I was like, the railroad is coming, guys.
It's crazy. It was also the steepest railroad ever built in the United States, the one leading up to this.
I was going to say, I was like, isn't this up like a huge mountain? So essentially that's a roller coaster.
In your mind, you're like, are you sure that a railroad was coming?
I was like, I feel like, did you
no,
get the footnotes wrong?
It really was.
No, that's not a train, that's a roller coaster.
It certainly was. So the population, around 1880, the population kind of boomed to 250 people.
Well, everybody wanted to see that
It's
railway.
A lot. They were like, let's see this roller coaster up the mountain. And they were also like, let's get some wood. Let's fell some trees.
Yes.
Let's deforest this place.
There's
Let's
no
do
trees
it.
Anywhere else.
So the towns all around this town were so dependent on it that they were, now they were thinking, what else can we do? Because this is a huge business. And in the next few years, unfortunately, things went up. But then things went down.
As they do on roller coasters.
Of course, because they had farmed most of the mature trees because they were like flying through this. Suddenly they're kind of running out of mature trees to farm for wood.
No oxygen.
And all of a sudden, economically, they're dipping down very dramatically. They seem to have a slight revival, and they decided to kind of really lean into this like very small revival they had, and they decided to go towards the tourism side because this is a weird place.
Yeah.
So they're like, why? Let's just go with it. I mean, they were like, let's be like a mountain resort type thing.
Cute.
Like, it's a very different kind of place. So in the summer of 1898, they built a dance hall with a dining room.
Get it?
A casino. which you can see pictures of it. We'll post them. It has such a spooky, cool vibe to it. This casino is like on like a hill. It's just so weird.
Will it ruin things if I ask if this place still exists?
It does. It all exists. It's not
cool.
in use. Like it's all like abandoned.
Can we go?
If you want to climb a mountain, yeah.
Well, can't we take the railway up?
No, the railway doesn't go up there anymore.
Oh. Well, lost me there.
Can't we take the railroad up? No, we cannot. Unfortunately.
Can we drive up?
We cannot drive up. I mean, you have to drive and then park and then get your ass up there.
And then hike.
Yeah, and I'm not hiking.
Do you see the shirt that I'm again wearing today?
Again, Ash is wearing that indoorsy shirt. So.
I always wear this sweatshirt.
You didn't even know.
No, I didn't.
You didn't even know.
And I'd like to advertise to you that I'm indoorsy.
She's
so fuck
indoorsy.
That.
Well, this place, they also built the Glastonbury Inn and a hatchery for trout to really cook some fancy dinners.
Oh.
Yeah, they were
Trout is
good.
fancy.
I mean, back then, yeah.
Yeah.
They were doing the damn thing, and the photos are so spooky. I can't wait to post them because they're so weird.
I'm about to goog.
So everything's like, whoa, here we are. We're a mountain resort. Look at all these cool things. Then there was a massive, unforeseen flood that literally took out all sources of transportation. It destroyed the railroad and bridges getting up to this place. And they was never actually fixed and rebuilt. Despite like being multiple attempts to get it going again, there was actually a smallpox outbreak at the Glastonbury lumber camp, and it stopped all rebuilding efforts in 1903.
Fuck that.
So people started moving out of here to areas with better opportunities, because obviously if no one's coming up here, tourism's dead now. We're not getting any money.
What's the point?
We can't really fell those trees all the time anymore, so we got to get out of here.
Let's leave.
So 6 people live in Glastonbury now, and it's an unincorporated town because of the low population. It's owned by the U.S. National Forest Service, like I said, and if you go there, what's crazy is you can see a few tiny homes, like 3 tiny homes or something where these people live. And they have all put in front of their homes handwritten signs that are like threatening, like non-locals, like don't park here. Like literally say like don't park here or else.
What?
To which I say like, or else what? I gotta know. What's gonna happen?
This is a very like wrong turn down the highway.
It's very wrong turn-esque. Very like, it's just, I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Many people, I kept reading these accounts where people were like, yeah, we hiked up there and then we saw those like those handwritten signs and we were like, we should move our car really far away. Like even though we weren't near these homes.
So what you're telling me is we cannot go.
Or else.
I'm not finding out what or else
means.
I
don't want to. I mean, I've watched enough of those movies to be like, why did you do that?
Yeah, no bitch.
So I'm not going to do that.
Isn't Wrong Turn a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is with Eliza Dushku.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not
about to
it.
be
no.
in on that.
So now that we know what Glastonbury is all about, we're going to take it before Glastonbury was a town.
BG.
Just to give a little insight as to its bad luck, if you will. So Native Americans in the area called the land cursed. Mm-hmm. And they said they would not step foot on it. The only time they would step foot on it was to bury their dead.
Oh.
Yeah. And they said they definitely wouldn't live on it. It was sacred in some kind of way, but not in a good way.
Not in a livable way.
So supposedly the forest is so dense that it almost has like an Okigahara, like the suicide forest kind of vibe to it, where the denseness creates this like suffocating silence.
Nope.
Yeah, it kind of like closes out all sound.
Nope.
And these Native Americans said that this was a place where the 4 winds met in an eternal struggle.
That sounds like the Enchanted Forest in Frozen.
Doesn't it? It kind of does.
It does.
Which is like somewhere you don't want to be either.
Into the unknown? No.
Unless you have Elsa with you, which I don't.
Me either.
So I don't want to go here. Now, in 1867, there is a wild man that they talk about with this, like, it's like a lore kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And in 1867, this is before the wild man, like, really became, like, a thing around here. And it was this guy who they said used to live in a cave in the woods in Somerset, which is, like, the surrounding town. He would come out of the mountains wearing a coat, and he would open it to, like, expose himself to women in the town while showing them a gun to scare them. And then they would run away and he would just run back into the mountains and no one could really catch him. So then he was apparently chased out of town.
Yeah.
He was fucking chased out of town. Like, and they don't know where he went.
Out of town.
Out of town.
He's gone, dude.
So it's like, and then after that, now people say, and he's different from the Bennington monster, which we will talk about.
I was like, I didn't know about him.
I was going to say there's a Bennington monster, but this wild man, people will say they see him like in the woods, this guy in like a coat.
He's lurking.
He's just lurking around, ready to like flash you. It's not cool.
This reminds me of, remember the thing that Drew said? I don't know where it is, but like the wild guy that chases you while you're on a like
oh my
trolley.
God, yes.
Do you also love that? I was just like on a trolley.
Yeah, no, it's I don't want anything to do with this wild man.
I don't want anything to do with any wild man.
And in case you're wondering about this Bennington monster that I talked about, he's essentially the Bigfoot that they talk about, what they think might be a...
That just scared the absolute shit out of me.
I'm not gonna lie.
Did you shit?
I think I just briefly died.
Yeah.
I think I clinically just passed over to the other side.
I was quickly deceased and here I am.
I've seen shit and because of that siren. Holy hell.
That tells you a lot about our town, that we're just not used to sirens. We're like, that was big news for us.
Holy shit.
That just irked me.
Because I thought it was a Bigfoot, like, wailing in the trees. That's what I was like.
I'm glad that that's what you thought. I thought that was one of your children screaming.
No, I didn't think it was one of my kids. I thought that was a Bigfoot wailing in the trees. That's what I thought.
Do Bigfoots wail?
That one did, so I don't know. Well, this one supposedly does.
Oh, okay. So
that's one of the things. People now will hear like moaning
No.
and groaning
No.
and all kinds of other owning in the woods.
Moaning, groaning, and owning.
Yeah, just like
moaning, groaning, and owning it.
and owning it.
Lisa Rinna.
And yeah, the big feet in the woods just are growling and wailing and making all kinds of sounds. Now, before they knew about this Bigfoot that supposedly just roams around, which we're going to talk about him. So this was when when transportation was going up to Glastonbury, like way in the olden days, when stagecoaches were still a thing.
How did the horses even do that?
I think they would be like transported to a certain point and then they would go up. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
So at one point, there was a stagecoach full of passengers that were making their way up the mountain when it was, still attempting to be a resort area. And there was a sudden rainstorm, a very intense rainstorm.
Love it.
Anybody who's been in New England knows shit happens fast and furious here.
Yeah, it does.
You never know what the weather's going to do. It could be a blizzard. So huge, intense rainstorm soon turned into a thunder and lightning situation. So shit was getting bad. And the storm actually washed out the road in front of the stagecoach. So they were forced to stop. And the driver, they were like halfway up the mountain too.
Oh, shit.
So that's no good because either way you're in bad shape. So the driver gets out just to see if it was even safe to proceed at any point. He's like trying to look around. And he was like, I got to come up with a plan. What am I going to do? When he gets out of the stagecoach with his lantern, just to see the safety of it all, he saw large footprints in the mud ahead of them.
So
And
he saw
said,
like the unsafest situation right ahead of him.
He sure did. And they were spaced really far apart, which meant this thing's gait was very large. And he was confused because he was like, wait a second, there wasn't mud here before this violent rain. So this person just walked through here. Like, this is very fresh. And now the horses are starting to freak out. Like, they're acting really spooked. They are not happy. So they're making all these noises and fidgeting around. So the driver's like, hey, everybody in the stagecoach, like, do you see this shit? Like, do you see these tracks?
Like, yo, check this out.
He's like, what is this all about? So he was freaked out now. He knew if the horses are doing this, like, jig that they're doing, that clearly something is close.
Right.
They're sensing something. So he's like, what the fuck? So
I
he's
hate
like,
that.
Yeah. So he's like, guys, get out. Like, we got to figure this out.
I'd be like, I'm not getting the fuck out. You get in and drive me away.
Well, and the passengers are just kind of like leaning out of the stagecoach, being like, what is happening up there?
Don't do that with your head. It could get chopped off.
Because they're looking, being like, why are the horses freaking out? What are you doing out there? Like, help me. While they're looking for him out the window, something slams into the side of the stagecoach where the woods are.
You're supposed to get out of there.
Slams into it, rocks that shit super violently. The passengers freak out, scramble to get out of this stagecoach. While they're getting out of it, some more slams are coming to the side of the stagecoach. Like the thing is getting like beat from one side. It is so intense that whatever is hitting it topples the thing over on its side.
What the fuck?
They're all just standing there like hugging each other, like probably vomiting on each other. I know I would be. And then this giant, terrifying creature, the one responsible for all of this, walks towards them into the light of the lantern.
And he just says, "Hey, what's up?"
And he says, "Sorry, I don't have insurance." And then he walks back into the... No. So then he's standing in front of them in the light and the lantern. And they said that...
There's only one Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic.
And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Ozempic, you redid your jingle?
Ah, thanks for noticing. Catchy, right?
No.
Okay, then. Well, ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of me, the Ozempic pen, may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic.
There's only one Ozempic.
Ah, I told you it was catchy.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month. Even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. Zero tears. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
In the rain, because obviously it's rain, it's dark, they're panicking. All they could see that he was over 8 feet tall, they said. Completely covered in dark hair.
Yum.
With big, like, bugging eyes.
Ugh.
And they said... It just toppled over that stagecoach and then walked back into the woods like...
Don't drive on my road again.
Like, yeah. And then just walked into the woods. Like, didn't attack them. Just attacked the stagecoach and then was like, bye.
That's really metal of him.
So after this incident is when the idea of the Bennington monster was officially a thing.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So another recent sighting of a creature like this was in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
A guy named Ray Dufresne said he was driving near the mountain, saw a giant thing over 7 feet tall just walking in the woods. They said it had dark hair all over it. Several witnesses in the area also came forward and said they witnessed that too. Yeah. And if the last podcast on the left has taught me anything, it's that these are big feet and that you call several Bigfoot big feet.
Yeah.
And I love them for teaching me that.
I remember when we did Bridgewater Triangle, I said Bigfoot feet.
Yeah, Bigfoot feet.
That's my favorite.
I love that. Every time I think of it, and I learned it from Marcus, so I can't give anyone else credit for that.
No.
For that little...
Oh, remember when we went to their live show? That was a lot of fun.
They have a great live show.
They talked about MK Ultra and shit. I loved that.
It was awesome. I love Last Podcast on the Left. So if you're listening,
hey, what's up? We like you.
Let's be friends. So now that we've come up with the Bennington Monster, the Wild Man, we've set you up on Glastonbury and how it's weird and cursed and the winds meet. It's an eternal struggle there.
What the fuck?
Let's bring it back.
I feel like my wheezing is just like attacking the microphone every time. Sorry.
Let's bring it back to some moida, as Spencer Henry would say.
Yes.
So, moidas. On April 4th, 1892, a mill worker in Fayville, which is part of Bennington, part of Glastonbury.
Get it straight.
His name was Henry McDowell, and he was a moiterer.
Oh.
He murdered John Crowley out of nowhere. He just lost it in the mill. He crushed his skull with a rock and then ran away. Like, he just beat his skull in with a rock or a piece of wood. It's different in sources you see. Then ran away. He was later found in North Norwalk, Connecticut.
Wow, he went far.
Where he confessed immediately and told law enforcement that, like, yeah, I have voices in my head, so I had to do it. And they were like, okay, cool. And they committed him to Vermont State Asylum in Waterbury. But he escaped.
Oh, shit.
He escaped by sneaking onto a railway car, and then he just vanished.
Of course he did. Like Carl Panzram.
So it's like, is he just in the woods?
Well, when was this?
This was in 1892, so he's not there anymore. But I mean, like, was he just in the woods? And is his angry spirit still in the woods?
I'm willing to bet.
Has he turned into a Bigfoot?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't know. So then we moved to 1897. 40-year-old John Harbour was murdered in his deer camp. He was very well liked. He was very well, like, everyone liked him. He had tons of friends. They all knew John because, again, there's not a lot of people in this town.
They were like, oh yeah, John.
They were like, oh, John.
Which John?
He was probably the only John there.
I don't know about that.
Except I did just tell you a man named John Crowley got killed, so he was the other John. And at this point, he was the only John because the other John,
as we know,
the other
passed.
John is gone. So he
took over the job of John.
He did. He stepped up to be the John. You have to have a John, like a guy named John in the town you live in.
John.
So I feel like when one is gone, the other one steps forward.
John.
So John Harbour was hunting with his brother and a friend, and were separated slightly at one point, as one does when they're hunting.
Yeah.
And his friend and his brother heard a rifle blast, and then they heard John yell, "I've been shot."
Oh, okay.
So they were like, "Oh, it wasn't us though." Like neither one of them shot the rifle, so they were
Right.
like, "Excuse me," and they couldn't find him anywhere. Like they heard him yelled at. Searched everywhere, could not find him. He like vanished.
But it's like a super dense forest.
But
they just heard him.
They just heard him, and they heard a rifle shot.
Well,
So they
maybe
were like,
somebody
"What the fuck?"
dragged him away to eat his body.
Well, 11 a.m. the following morning, they finally found him when they spotted his legs from behind a cedar tree. His gun was neatly placed next to him, and there were no drag marks or anything. He was just sitting up against a tree.
The fuck?
But it was determined that he was shot somewhere else and then put under the tree.
Weird.
They were able to determine that he was shot not there.
Yeah.
And then who the fuck did that? Who shot him, then just propped him up against a tree with his gun next to him?
The next John who
Like,
wanted
what
to
the
be
fuck?
John now.
So those are the two known murders that happened in Glastonbury. Now let's talk about the huge amount of disappearances that have happened here.
Let's do it.
So a lot of these, what's strange, happened between 3 and 4 p.m.
PM.
I
mean,
it's just
3 and 4 is a weird hour, but usually it's AM.
Yeah, it's just strange that these would happen in like the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah.
But so we're going to start in 1943. Carl Herrick. I think this one is so fucked up and weird.
Awesome.
November 11th, 1943.
Oh, not long ago.
No, not that long. 37-year-old Carl was an experienced hunter and outdoorsman. And he went into the Glastonbury woods to go hunting with his cousin Henry. Now, again, most of these people we're going to talk about are very experienced outdoorsmen, outdoorswomen. They are survivalists. They are hunters. They are hikers. They know their shit. They're not just wandering in there. I'm saying. But at some point, Henry and Carl became separated. You know, again, dense forests. And this would happen sometimes while they were hunting. They said, like Henry said, he was like, you know, you just like wander off to go follow something and then you end up meeting back. Usually you just go back to the campsite and you meet them there.
Right.
So Henry went back to the campsite at some point and Carl wasn't there. He had never made it back. So a massive search started after Henry called the police because he immediately called the police. He was like, no. A massive search started, and for 3 days they combed the forest and surrounding areas, found nothing.
What?
But then after the 3 days, Henry was the one to stumble upon Carl laying in the woods. He runs up to him, sees that his hunting rifle was leaning up against a tree.
Just like John's.
Unfired.
What?
It was not fired once. And it was a ways away from him because he was on the ground, like far away from his hunting rifle. And he had no outward marks of trauma.
Weird.
So they were like, oh, is this some kind of like health event that happened? No, because they found huge bear tracks, what they thought were huge bear tracks around
Not a
him.
bear.
But they were like, this is like big for a bear. And then they were also like, but there's no outward trauma on him. So it wasn't a bear attack. Well, when they did his autopsy, they found out that he had been squeezed to death. Yes. Squeezed to death. His ribs had broken and punctured his lungs, and that's how he died. Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
I read this and I was like, what now? And then I read like 6 more sources about this and I was like, what? Really?
Is that a clinical term?
His
Squeezed
ribs
to death?
perforated his lungs because they were broken while intense pressure was applied to his body.
There's the clinicalness.
There
What
it
the?
is.
Sorry for being like so shocked. What?
Yeah.
Squeezed to death.
Squeezed to death. Which, of course, they're like, I don't know any bears that squeeze people to death. That's never been recorded.
No.
Of a bear just like squeezing someone to death and then just dropping them and walking away.
This
That's
is an-
literal homicide. Like, that would be a bear being like, I want nothing from you except your life. And then just squeezing the like person to death and then just walking away.
I want nothing from you.
Like, that's a bear. That's a problem. That's a Ted Bundy bear. We don't have those out there.
What?
Yeah, squeezed to death.
Stop saying that.
Squeezed to death. So then the next one was in 1945. This one's a curious one as well. This one is a person by the name of Mikie Rivers.
Oh, bitch. A fucking jazz singer is what you say?
There you go. No, a 74-year-old local respected hunting guide. So close.
She could still be a jazz
Very
singer.
close. He had recently had a physical and was in great health.
Okay.
So that is not a problem. We're not talking about like somebody who had a heart attack in the woods.
No health events.
He was very experienced, knew his shit, knew his way around the area, had been there several times, knew the trails, vanished into thin air.
Never to be seen again.
So there's two different versions of this. He was either with his son-in-law hunting, or he was with a group of like 4 hunters, like leading them.
Okay.
I saw both in several things, and I don't think anybody can really tell which one. They were in an area called Hell Hollow.
Oh.
Located in the southwest woods of Glastonbury Mountains.
That's some like Chilling Adventures of Sabrina type shit.
Hell Hollow.
Yeah.
The best.
That might as well be, that might be a place there.
That's the best.
That's
it might
cool.
be. They were on their way back to where they were staying, and Mikie was starting to kind of like strangely pull away from the group, like up ahead, and like quicken his pace up ahead of them. And they were
Maybe
like,
he felt
that's
something.
weird. But they just figured they'd meet him back at camp. They were like, okay, that's where maybe he had to pee. I don't know. And when they arrived, he hadn't got there. So they were like, that's weird because he was ahead of us. So what the fuck? And there was no sign of him on the trail leading to this place.
They would have had to have walked by him.
They would have had to walk by him. Now, they searched, and over the next couple of days, a huge search party of over 300 locals and Army soldiers from Fort Devens in Massachusetts looked for him for 8 more days, didn't find a trace of him.
What?
Nothing. Not anything.
Do you think Bigfoot ate him?
Then they finally found one single shell from his hunting rifle next to a small stream. That was it.
Oh, I don't like that.
No sign of him.
No.
Isn't that fucked?
Yes.
So that was 1945. 1946, another one.
Fuck?
December 1st. This one's the most well known, I think. Paula Jean Weldon. She was an 18-year-old student. It's definitely the most infamous of the cluster of these people, that's for sure. She was a sophomore at Bennington College, and she was an experienced hiker, loved the outdoors. She also loved to paint. She was an art major. She was thinking of changing her major more to like music and stuff, I guess, at this time.
She sounds really cool.
She does. She seems really rad. And on this day, around 4 p.m., she was wearing a red parka, and she decided to go for a walk on the trails at the Glastonbury Mountains. And she had just worked at the school's dining hall. She was staying at school during the holiday break. She was trying to make a little extra money. She did live in Stamford, Connecticut, but she decided not to go home for the break. I think she had told friends she was like not getting along with certain people and like was feeling a little bit depressed and like uneasy about school. But people were like, she wasn't in a state that I'd be like worried about her just walking into the mountains and never coming back.
Okay.
So she was home, but she was like, I'm just going to go for a walk after my shift. So she was heading down the Long Trail. The Long Trail is where a lot of these things seem to be happening, or around the Long Trail. Okay. And we'll find out something interesting about it later.
Oh, shit.
Witnesses who were on the trail at the time said they saw her or passed by her at some time or another. And there was like an elderly couple that like was behind her for a short period of time. And they said she went around a bend up ahead, and then they just never saw her again.
All right.
Which is very strange. They were all able to remember her because she was wearing that red coat.
Right. The minute you said that, I was like, okay.
Yeah. And it was, she just vanished after entering this trail. And she never showed up for her Monday classes. And so people were like, holy shit, we got to search. So the search begins. And it was a huge search party of over 1,000 people. Police from Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York came in to help as well. Because at this point, there was no Vermont State Police. In fact, the
Paragold has luxury homes' largest selection of outdoor furniture, lighting, decor, and more. Discover pieces in every style from more than 2,000 of design's best brands. Shop in-store or online at Paragold.com. Paragold, luxury lives here.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month, even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending, zero tears. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
this whole situation was how the Vermont State Police was founded. Like we can actually, we can give Paula and Paula's father's severe anger at this whole thing and how it was handled the credit for the Vermont State Police really coming into fruition.
That's
which
pretty
is interesting. Cool. There was a $5,000 reward for this information, for any information about her, and that's like a lot now. Like several thousands now is what that would be. Her father also, he hired psychics to try to find her. I mean, like, he went ham.
I love a good psychic.
He was devastated. They dug up a gravel pit nearby. They flew helicopters around to look for her. It was huge.
Oh.
So they did end up speaking to a couple that was near the trail that day, Viola Maxwell and Frank Gadet, who had seen her on the trail. They were actually in the midst of a heated argument.
Oh, shit.
And he had stormed out of his home, which was on the side of like a route that's near that trail. Mm-hmm. He had stormed out of the home in anger, and he was gone all night and didn't have an explanation or alibi.
That is murder.
So people speculated that he could have taken Paula because he was in such a rage. But obviously none of that was proven.
And
so
did he have like any prior
It's very
convictions?
alleged. Not a lot is known about this whole thing. So it's one of those things that there's a lot of rumors that surround these things that, of course, like at that point, the newspapers were posting everything. Like somebody could be like, they were posting it to Instagram. They were printing everything. So they were like, you know, somebody would be like, well, I saw a monster come down from the woods and take her. And they would print that. Like they would be like, a monster came and took
monster comes down the hill and abducts young girl. Extra, read all about it.
Ash gets her historical journalism knowledge from, like, you know, Broadway.
From John Mulaney.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's how it always was. You go to a newsroom, they're like, oh my God.
That's what I fucking picture, okay?
Oh, so this one's a weird one, this next one. Oh. So we have another one.
I was like, they're all pretty weird, bruh.
Yeah. That was 1946. Let's move on to 1949.
Let's.
This is 68-year-old James Tedford. This one is so strange.
I love every single one. You're like, this one is insane. No, this one is wild.
The other
this one is brutal.
We're like, whoa. But this one's like, what? That's the difference with this one.
The other ones were a little bit like, and this one's like, what?
Yeah, this one's a question mark. So he was 68 years old. Yes. He was a veteran. Oh. He had visited some relatives in St. Albans, Vermont for the day. He boarded a bus to Bennington Soldiers' Home after this. He was on his way home. People saw him on the bus. The driver saw him. People spoke with him. He wasn't just like this figure that everyone was like, I guess I saw him. No, they saw him. So the driver confirmed that James was in his seat the entire time. He was there all the way until the last stop right before Bennington stop. Then when the Bennington stop came, he was just gone. He didn't get off the bus.
It's like Charlie.
And it's like he's riding the T forever.
Yes.
Charlie is riding the T forever. Well, James is riding the bus forever, apparently.
What?
He's gone. He's just gone. No one saw him get off. He did not get off. His luggage and his ticket were still sitting in his seat when they pulled into Bennington. Passengers said he literally vanished while inside the bus.
How?
And they have no idea how.
No,
the timing of when he
happen.
would have suddenly vanished would have been while they were going right through the Bennington Triangle.
What?
Yes. He was just gone.
No, the world is far too mysterious for my liking.
Because I guess like it was between stops that he vanished. Like when he looked back, the driver, at the last stop, he was there. He shut the doors. He looked back one more time. He was still there. He gets going By the next stop, he's gone.
No.
How did it happen?
He's in the luggage container.
Now this one is just like, ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. So this one's in 1950.
I love the way you're setting this up.
Ooh. This one's Paul Jeffson. He was 8 years old.
No.
That's why
leave.
it's ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
So he vanished in October without a trace.
Yeah.
Now, he was in the back of the family pickup truck where his mother had left him because she had brought him in the pickup truck. It was like a normal thing that they would do. They were going to tend the hogs on this farm that his family worked at.
Uh-huh.
So he was going to stay in the back of the pickup truck and just like play or like hang out.
Well, they're like on their family farm.
Exactly. And while she walked to feed the hogs and like do whatever with hogs, and she came back and he was gone.
No.
So she's looking around everywhere for him. He was wearing a red coat. Yeah. Like, so red is a thing. He was wearing a red coat. She couldn't see the red coat anywhere. You'd think she'd be able to spot him. Couldn't find any trace of him.
What?
Huge search happens. They turn up nothing. The Coast Guard brought in planes to find him. There was even rumors that like he had like that he had roamed over to the hogs and that the hogs had eaten him.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense.
Because hogs will eat. Like, but I guess there was more than one, like, you know, like they were over tending to some hogs and like doing other things.
Oh no.
So they were worrying about that. And then of course, and there's no basis for this, but there was a huge rumor that was printed in the newspaper that his parents had like killed him and fed him to hogs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Those poor parents.
Like, wow, newspaper, chill. So bloodhounds were brought in and they traced his scent to a nearby crossroads. So they were thinking that maybe he was abducted by a passing car. That maybe somebody had either come and taken him out of that truck or he had wandered towards there and then a motorist abducted him.
Oh, I don't like that.
There was a pair of man's gloves found on a rock where the scent ended.
Oh.
Yeah.
That one was like,
It is. See? I'm right. So the place his scent was traced to is also possibly where Paula Weldon was last seen.
In her red jacket.
In her red jacket.
Oh,
in fact, the next thing I've written was both were wearing red coats.
In horror movies, red is always... In movies in general, I feel like red is always like... It means something.
It's always ominous and evil and intense and like in The Sixth Sense. Like that's a very prominent color.
And then in Black Bear, which you need to watch.
Yeah. For sure. No, I do need to watch that with Aubrey Plaza, right?
Yeah.
I love her. Now, the creepiest part of this is that, and this will chill your bones, so just get ready.
Stop it.
Warm up your bones so they can get chilled. The creepiest part is that apparently the boy had been obsessively speaking about the mountains in the day leading up to the days leading up to this. He was speaking, like his parents said he would not stop being like, I just need to go into the mountains.
Oh.
Like talking about the lore of the mountains.
Oh.
The father told the Albany Times-Union that Paul had talked of, quote, nothing else in the days leading up to this and that it was strange and sudden, and that he said, quote, perhaps the lure of the mountains is the thing responsible for his disappearance.
I don't.
So he just got like sucked into the mountains. I
don't like that.
Doesn't that, my bones are done.
Because kids are so fucking creepy.
Yeah.
And when they start to talk about shit that you didn't teach them, you have to get rid of them.
I will not be pleased if my kids start talking about the lore of the mountains.
Nope.
I'm not going to be pleased.
Step one, there's only one step in this whole entire thing, and it's get rid of them.
Lock them in a room. If they start talking about the lore of the mountains, take them as far away from the mountains as you can, because that's no good.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I don't like that. I'll never like that part of that story.
Step one and done.
I don't like it.
Get rid of them.
So that's real creepy.
Ew.
Well, 16 days later, there was another disappearance.
What?
Frida Langer.
Frida?
This one's fucked. This one's ugh.
Okay.
Now, she was an experienced survivalist and hiker.
Okay.
She was in her 50s. She just went missing. So she was camping near Somerset Reservoir with her husband and her cousin.
Oh, cute.
Again, they did this all the time. This wasn't weird.
Survivalist.
So one day she goes hiking with her cousin, Herbert
Oh, yes.
Herbert Eisner.
Cutie.
And the husband stayed behind because he had like tweaked his knee earlier in the day and he was like, fuck that, I'm not hiking. So like, have fun, guys. So they're hiking and a half mile into the hike, she slipped and fell into like a tiny stream.
Oh, shit.
She was totally fine, but she was soaked and like completely muddy.
See, this is why. Why are you outside?
Yeah, it sounds awful.
Get inside.
This all
Fuck
sounds
that.
awful. Now, again, they're only a half a mile away from camp. So she was like, you know what, Herbert, stay here. I'm going to run back to camp and change, and then I'll come back and we'll start our hike again.
Okay.
So he's like, cool. She never made it back to camp.
Right.
Half a mile. She didn't make it back to camp.
Even I know
I
that's
also
not
am
far.
like, Herbert, you should just walk back with her. Like, I would have just walked back with her. I wouldn't,
yeah, 'cause
I wouldn't
you're-
wait in the wilderness alone. I'd be like, no, I'm walking back with you.
Yeah, that doesn't
It's only
make
a
lot
half
of
a mile.
sense.
We got to go anyways. It's
Yeah.
just- I'm not blaming Herbert. It wasn't his fault, but I'm just
No.
like,
I feel like you could almost like see half a mile away.
yeah, right? Now, a massive search started because, again, where the fuck did she go in half a mile?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't
Which
make
is-
any sense.
that seems to
in
be
the
like
middle
a-
of the afternoon.
And that seems to be a common thing. Like,
Yeah,
these people are like really close to other people.
Exactly. And then it's like this weird little span of distance that they just
Maybe there's
are
some
gone.
kind of like time warp.
Like a vortex or some kind of like portal or something.
I was just going to say a portal.
A wormhole that just opens up. Now, the Connecticut Coast Guard, the Massachusetts National Guard, they all sent helicopters. They sent helicopters from Salem, Massachusetts.
Yes.
Soldiers from the Army stationed in Springfield, Massachusetts came to help. I just want to point out that Massachusetts, it's always fucking helping in these situations.
Hell
What?
yeah.
What?
Massachusetts does the damn thing.
I just want to point that out. Locals came in droves and used their personal planes to search, which like is very bougie and awesome of them. The Vermont Aeronautics Commission sent their plane to help.
I'm boarding my PJ to look for this missing girl.
On my way. Like, super appreciated.
See you soon.
If you have a PJ, definitely always try to help in these situations. It's just, I had to point it out.
No, just period. If you have a PJ, just always try to help me.
In every
Just always
situation.
try to help me.
Come for Ash at all times. Now, then again, like I said, the Vermont Aeronautics Commission sent their plane to help. This was a huge search. Huge. They found nothing.
I don't
nothing.
believe that.
For
I don't believe it.
days and days and days they searched. They found nothing.
And then
6 months later,
shit.
her body was found
Oh.
in the wide open next to the reservoir where they had searched multiple times.
No.
She was in an advanced state of decomposition. And like I said, this was an area, they had gone over and over this area, and she was not hidden. She was in the wide fucking open.
No.
So she was very clearly moved to
Placed.
this area. She was
Placed.
placed to this area, which who knows where the fuck she was before this.
I don't want to know.
Because unfortunately, the decomp was so advanced that no cause of death could be determined.
Ew.
But a doctor on scene was like, oh yeah, she drowned. And everybody was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, that sounds very 50s.
But no autopsy was ever performed, and there was no basis to determine this at all. Like, they didn't look at anything to say she drowned. They were like, oh, there's water over there, and she's dead.
Also,
so I think that's what that was.
How did she get out?
Exactly.
If she drowned.
What the fuck? So a lot of people think, because then in October of 1981, 3 hunters in the woods disappeared and were not found.
3 of them at the
3
same
of them.
time?
And now people will go in the woods now,
Why?
and they'll emerge and like come saying that they were.
Paragold has luxury homes' largest selection of outdoor furniture, lighting, decor, and more. Discover pieces in every style from more than 2,000 of design's best brands. Shop in-store or online at Paragold.com. Paragold, luxury lives here.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month. Even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. 0 tears. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Like very overwhelmingly dizzy and like confused.
They're
and
being
like,
lured to the mountains, honey.
Yes. And people will say they have these weird like points of time where they can't remember what was happening in there. Like, and then, so a lot of people think that there might have been a killer on the loose. For some of these people, like that last one, like Frida, somebody killed her. and placed her there.
Or something.
And it's like, is this some like weird wild dude living in the woods that was just like picking people off for a while and the other people are like buried somewhere?
I don't know.
Where the fuck are they, Ash?
I don't know.
Tell me.
I'm indoorsy. I have no fucking idea.
People still will not wear red when going in this area because
that's
it's
so
like,
spooky.
yeah, it's a thing like, do not wear red.
What the fuck?
Isn't that so
That's
spooky?
like some Hansel and Gretel type shit.
I know. It freaks me out.
I don't like it. What else is there more?
So there's a couple more things. There's a possible UFO and UFO. They possibly, like, people see lights in the sky a lot in Vermont.
So already got a theory. If you're seeing an UFO, red is very a visible color.
It is. That's true.
So there you go.
And if you're seeing an UFO, I mean, Vermont itself, like as a whole, they get a lot of reports of strange lights in the sky.
One of the first UFO sightings, I think, was in Vermont.
I think you're right. Yeah, it's like it's a hub.
It's at least the first episode of the second season of fucking Unsolved Mysteries.
There you go.
Or maybe the first season.
Well,
Don't
either
quote me.
way, especially in the area of the Bennington Triangle.
Yes.
Now, reports go back to the 1800s, but in 1984, a shit ton of people all said they saw what was described as silo-like lights that were coming down from the sky all the way up Glastonbury Mountain.
What?
And like a silo, on a farm or something, it's like a spherical structure.
Okay.
So they saw like spherical-looking lights.
Okay. Which is very
That's
UFO-ish.
fucked. And again, there's reports. I'm like, we get reports. I get them personally.
I get calls.
They call me and they're like, Alaina, I saw another one. And I'm like,
Tell
thank
Ash.
you. No, the people that take these reports in Vermont get a lot of reports of lights up that mountain.
Where the fuck do you call if you see a UFO?
I don't know. I was just thinking that. I was like, who would you
Who
call?
do I call? I'd just call you.
I'd call the police and be like, help. I don't know.
Thanks for informing me, jerk.
I was going to say. But then I'm like, why? Why would I call the police? What are they going to do?
What the fuck are the police? That's why I'm
But
just
I
going to
think
call
that would
you.
just be like, I don't know. Like, what do I call? Maybe I'd just call you.
You know what? I'm actually just not going to get involved.
So, you know where we're going to end off here?
The man-eating rocks.
We're going to end off
footnote.
on man-eating rocks. So, the Vermont Monster Guide was written by Joseph Citro. He also coined the name the Bennington Triangle.
Oh, shout out.
He wrote in the Vermont Monster Guide,
A little footnote.
quote, "No one alive," about the man-eating rocks, "no one alive has seen this dangerous anomaly on Glastonbury Mountain. Native Americans knew of it and warned people away. We can only imagine it as a sizable rock large enough to stand on. But when someone stands upon it, the rock becomes less solid and, like a living thing, swallows the unfortunate trespasser. A number of disappearances have been reported on Glastonbury Mountain. Could all these vanished folks have stepped inadvertently on this hungry stone?"
Maybe.
It sounds like
Well, no. Okay.
insanity, but awesome insanity.
Hubba
Hubba bubba.
Maybe that's the portal.
I'm saying.
The rock isn't eating the people.
They're
rock
just
is
going wherever they're
simply
going.
a doorway to who knows where. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm dead ass.
I'm hoping it's a rock that's just like,
Nom. Wait, ready? One word. Nom.
and that's the voice of me.
I would love that. That's very like Bog of Eternal Stench.
That's exactly what I thought of.
I know.
That's so what I thought of.
I know you.
I hope that's what it is.
If I were a man-eating rock, I would just be like, "Ow." That's the noise I would make.
Write in. Tell us what noise you would make if you were a man-eating rock.
Write your noise in.
Well, that's the man-eating rock, but there's also a couple of other strange rocks up there.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there that there's things called cairns. And I know it sounds like Karens.
Because I
but
just
it's
asked
not.
you that.
It's not a bunch of Karens up there. They don't have those up there. Not that I know of. Those have not been reported.
Karens have not been reported.
But there are cairns, which cairns are, they're usually a mound of stones or stacks. Like they're all stacked on top of each other in some way to represent either a memorial
Yeah.
or like a trail marker.
Right.
New England is full of them on
Yeah.
trails. But what's weird about this is that these cairns are huge and they are not like native rocks to the area.
They're like Stonehenge
They had to be
huge.
brought up there and
Stonehenge?
they're massive. Yeah, it's something like that. So this guy named David Lacey, who's an archaeologist with the Green Mountain National Forest in Vermont, he was like on his job, like checking a fire tower. They have like a like a known fire tower. There's like a photo of it. It's like this really spooky photo.
Cool.
And it's located at the summit of Glastonbury Mountain. And while he's there, he found just like a ton of cairns that he was like, I didn't see them before. And it was weird because it was off the long trail.
Oh, shit.
And again, where most of the disappearances happening and weird shit. And he said he saw these and they were covered in moss. They were stacked. They were huge. Some of them were over 200 pounds. And he was like, what the fuck? So they talked to a bunch of like researchers, looked at this. They talked to like archaeologists and geologists and like all kinds of people who would know about this shit. And they said that based on the moss and the like all the other things that they look at for this, they are old as fuck. Oh, they said some of these predate the 1800s, 1700s. They were like, these are for sure Native American placed. And they were like, but why? Like, we want to know why. And they said they definitely predate European settlement here. Like, these were not placed here by, you know, just like Thomas and Jefferson types who are coming in just being like,
you were going to say Thomas and Jefferson.
They're not. Thomas and Jefferson had nothing to do with this. But they said the moss makes them like, some of them they said are like prehistoric, possibly.
What?
Like insane. Yes.
That's sick.
It's insane.
I don't like it and I love it.
And what does it mean? Because it's not a trail marker. Like, that is not a trail marker.
Maybe it's a warning.
But they were like, they think it might be like a warning or like a place of like worship, a place of sacrifice, a place of memorial, a place of like solemn, you know, reflection.
Said this was a place where they placed their dead, so maybe it's a memorial.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking, which is like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, were these people settling on this like Native American burial place?
All I know is this is exactly why I don't go outside often.
That all I know is that the Bennington Triangle was so fun to research.
Yeah.
I want to go and look at all this shit.
Oh, see, no, I retract my statement.
But I'm not going to climb up a mountain, so I'm not going to do it. But the thought is there.
Not only am I not going to climb up a mountain, I'm not going to climb up a mountain with you because you have red hair, so get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah, I can't go in there.
And I'm just not going anywhere near there.
Yeah, I can't go in there.
Like, I feel like I'm public enemy number one in places like that.
Yeah, except
No.
I would be in this case.
Well, then I'm definitely not bringing you.
Nobody wants to come with me.
How am I supposed to do my job without you?
So that's the Bennington Triangle. We got UFOs. We got big feet. We got possible serial killers. We have disappearances. We have murders.
We have big rocks.
We have man-eating rocks. We have cairns that we don't know where they came from.
Yeah,
That's just scratching the surface.
You freaked me out.
It's a lot.
Yes.
So I hope you enjoyed this whimsical romp.
I did.
Into Vermont. And thank you, Vermont.
I gotta tell my sister
You guys
not
rule.
to go there.
You guys rule.
With her dumb ass. No, I'm totally kidding. I love you, Lauren.
With her
dumb ass. She about to go in there. No.
Oh, shit.
She likes to do outdoorsy things. I don't know where she came from.
Yeah, don't go in there.
No.
But yeah, so that was the Bennington Triangle. I hope it was, there was some gnarly stuff in there.
Yeah.
It stays weird here. We're not taking it into like a whimsical place. But
No.
I thought this one would be a little less like soul crushing.
Yeah.
So you could have like a moment to breathe, and then I'm going to like really drag you down to hell next week. So.
Oh.
So stay tuned.
I don't know what I'm doing yet, but okay. Love you so much.
You guys are the best.
You're the titties.
And if you want to see some pictures of Glastonbury and all of its glory.
Are we switching it up? You can follow us on Instagram at Morbid Podcast.
Oh no, at Twitter. Oh, this is weird.
At Twitter.
At Twitter.
A Morbid Podcast.
Send us a Gmail.
You can send the Gmail to morbidpodcast@gmail.com.
I don't know what we say next.
We hope you keep listening.
Oh, we do. And we hope you
keep
it
weird. And it's where you switch up the intro on your sister and she gets all fucked up. What if that was my laugh?
I would love you still.
Yeah.
I'd love you.
That's not true.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Stay out of Vermont.
Bye.
Paragold has luxury homes' largest selection of outdoor furniture, lighting, decor, and more. Access more than 2,000 of design's best brands with beautiful all-weather pieces in every style, from traditional to modern. Plus, enjoy free design services and full-service delivery on most items. Shop in-store and online at Paragold.com. Paragold, luxury lives here.